Hey everyone. Wow. Just wow. All of your guys' comments and everything from my video yesterday is absolutely overwhelming. Thank you so much. One thing that came out of it, that a lot of you spoke about cherishing those little things, that it doesn't have to be, these big, grand, sweeping things that you do to make sure that you're living your life. And some of that was kind of reiterating what I had said yesterday as well. And I appreciate that, because a lot of times it is those small things. One thing that was brought up was that, it should be about me. I'm the cancer patient, but that doesn't stop what other people, my family, my kids, my husband, other family members are going through as well, and the trauma that this diagnosis causes them, from my illness and everything, to if I eventually pass way earlier than we would all hope. That lingering trauma and the grief, that's something that I feel now for them and that I worry about for them. And that's not going to stop. That's not the type of person I am. I am always going to worry about that and what they are going to do and what they're going to have to go through when I'm gone. And so I thought, what if I went to my doctor's appointment on Thursday and they said, you got a year to live? What would I do? What steps would I take? Would I hop on a plane to New Zealand? I would love to. And maybe that would be one of the things that we did do, knowing that we had this very limited amount of time. But my biggest goals, if I knew I had a very set time, would be to try and set things up for my family, for my husband, for my kids, so that things were a little bit lighter and a little bit easier when I was gone. So some of those would be some of those very realistic things, like figuring out funeral costs and will and everything else that would go. I don't even know what all that stuff is that would go into preparing for a funeral or anything like that. But that's why I would take the time now to prepare all of those things so that there aren't any questions. And there's so many times where funerals can tear people further apart, and because there's, everyone thinks that that person wanted something different. And I would be able to set up everything so that no one had to ask those questions. They would know because I did it. And then going back to appreciating those little things. Someone a while back, almost a year ago now, when, and I first got diagnosed with stage 4, recommended making out birthday cards for my kids. How amazing, and I'm sure also heart-wrenching it would be for my son to turn 16 and be able to open a card from me. Or, or my daughter reaching, some of these pivotal ages, and being able to get a message from their mom who's not there, but is still there in their hearts. So I would want to do that. I would want to make out cards for big moments in their lives, birthdays, graduation, things like that. I would also want to make some videos just for them that has me singing some of the songs that we sing together, or some of the songs that I always sang to them when we put them to bed. I'd want them to be able to have those little memories and actually be able to really hang on to them. And then my question for you, those are two of my main things, but I am sure there are so many other things that other people have thought of that maybe a loved one has done for you, or you've seen loved ones do. What is something that you guys would recommend or that you've already thought about? If you knew you had a certain amount of time, what's something that you would do to not just prepare yourself, but to leave something of you behind for your loved ones? So that's my question for you today. I hope that's not too much. And maybe you've never thought of it before, and that's okay too. But yeah, I very much appreciate you guys. And man, we've been having some heavy topics lately. So don't forget, and I always forget to say this, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Very much appreciate that, and building this kind of amazing community that you guys have started to build. Yeah. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.